that you don't seem to realize. Arturo was saying that the money was on like Mascherino, but he couldn't get into the Mascherino because they cut it off.
He did that to a much larger. Lord have mercy. Do I gotta mute you? So look, here we are.
No, you don't, bro. That was funny,
why
bro.
Can you stop?
You said,
what,
that was funny.
Stop? When I woke up this morning, Mascherino was trending. So once Mascherino was trending and you see all of these posts from all of these people, most of whom I've literally never heard of, when those people are all making the statements, hey, Mascherino is trash and so on and so forth.
I feel like it's leaving the door open for questions and opinions and, well, what about this? What about that? Yo.
How's it going, buddy? Hold on, I'm gonna turn you up just a tiny bit, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Where's my disc?
I have refined over the years, but man,
I mean, I think we're always growing, right?
Yeah. But man, where from the person I was, I guess a few years ago and everything, right? There's certain levels of like, I guess, disrespect or just insanity that naturally I want to respond to in a very aggressive way, not physical, I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying? Like very, and now because of, whatever small little platform I may have, I have to let people say certain things and not respond. And if I do respond, I have to do it in a very calm way. What I will say, bro, off jump, is that if you watch that stream, anybody at all watch that stream that I did with Art, which it was just Art stream. It was going horrendously for Art because of how he was going about it.
Absolutely.
Yes, before I went in there, right?
I agree.
And then to help Art, I want to tell you something. Literally, when that shit happened, I was with my father. I can tell you where I was at. I was in Ohio for the holidays. I live in LA now. I'm in Ohio for the holidays. I'm with my father at a fucking McDonald's when I see this tweet come out. You might have thought somebody got fucking shot or killed, like a friend of mine just got fucking shot. The way that I reacted to that immediately. Fucking devastated.
Which one?
Right?
Which tweet?
Just the Mascherino tweet about Art. I'm what the fuck? And the first thing I said is, hell no, I quote tweeted. This must be some motherfucking misunderstanding or some mistake.
Sure.
Right? That's my initial response to that.
Okay, but I don't want to go too much further past that. I just want to with the initial thing. Why do you think that the stream went so poorly for Art when he first started? When he was handling the stream and he was doing his own stream to try to address all those things. What do you think the reasoning for that is?
Well, initially it was because I thought it was just because the structure was so fucking bad. Like he just didn't, I was like, all right, bro, you are not responding to what people are saying. So he looking guilty as fuck. So I'm like, bro, the questions are just this. He should have had like a laid out fucking, bullet points. All right, this is what people want to know, and I'm responding to it directly. But I don't want you to knock me off course at all here, bro. I don't want you to knock me off course here.
I don't want you to. I'm not trying to knock you off course, but I don't want you to. But I just don't want you to monologue too long and then skip over certain points because I feel like yes, we can both talk about the fact that his stream was bad. Thing.
Okay, bro. No. Let's first and foremost, bro. Respectfully, before we even bro. Please listen for 1 second, and I'm not even trying to be rude, because what you have done has been very. How can I share my fucking screen or something? I don't even know. I don't even got my fucking OBS scene set up here because I only use this for YouTube, bro. You went at this point and have accused me. You and this person, Blu-ray, have accused me. Please don't respond yet. Of me trying to trap Art. Do you know that that's been a friend of mine for years? Do you know that there's not an OG in the FGC that would tell you, that has dealings with me, that would tell you that they don't have an extreme amount of love for me? These are my peoples.
Okay.
If you watch that stream, there is nothing that happened at all whatsoever that would give you any inclination that I was trying to do anything outside of help Arturo out. Even at the end of that stream when he said,
"Are you sure about that?"
Oh, my family. Well, let me actually. Okay, no, we can.
Rather than speak for me, you could ask me. Do I feel that way, or why I thought that way? right?
Okay.
That probably makes
Yeah.
the most sense. Since I'm the one that made the statement, you should try to figure out why I made the statement rather than
Yeah,
tell me
that's the
why the
point.
statement's wrong.
Okay.
So
So you're
first
saying
off,
in that stream you thought that?
absolutely, I did think that there were some things. Now, first off, there's two different things. First, if you make the statement that I say you're trying to trap Art, I don't think that that's the case. I don't think that you were trying to do that. I do think
That I was trying to help him?
I do believe that your initial intention was to help him.
Okay.
But what I
Okay.
think someone pointed out in my stream earlier today, which I think made a whole bunch of sense, is that a lot of times we act in the way that people expect us to. And I think what ends up happening is when you're dealing with a situation where there's a literal mob and they're all trying to attack him in a given way, and you're trying to respond in that way, then that pressure, you can start to begin to feel that pressure, especially if your goal is to defend him. And then you start kind of voicing what the mob wants. And you made several appeals towards that mob. For example, when you ask questions like, hey, chat, do you guys have any more questions that you want me to answer? And so in those or the questions that you want me to ask and things like that, in that situation, you're no longer operating from your own perspective, from your own objective. You're now operating, trying to exact the will of the mob. And if the will of the mob in this encounter is to demonize and attack and cancel Arturo, then now at this point, you are serving part of their function. Is that reasonable?
No.
Okay.
And am I able to respond to why?
Sure, of course. I stopped and waited. What? Go ahead.
You don't have to. Why are you saying it like in a smart way, bro? Look, the first thing before we say anything, bro, I'm telling you just as a man to man, I'm not interested in making this some like viral shouting match. So even that right there, the way you responded right there was like in an aggressive, like offended way. And that could be because of what you maybe, I don't know, we don't know each other at all. We never met. So you could think that I don't know, a different guy than I am. I'm not here to yell, to attack you or anything like that. I am offended and we're talking about that. So I'm not trying to attack you. So are we on the same footing with that?
Sure. I just think it's basic. If I stop speaking, then you can obviously respond. And I took it sarcastic when you asked, okay, can I respond now? Almost as if you were trying to indicate that I had been going on for too long. Because if I stop talking, obviously, and when I'm done talking, you talk. And when you're done talking, I talk. So it seemed like that question didn't need to be asked. So I probably took it the wrong way. But if you didn't mean it in that way, then that's probably a misunderstanding on my part. We can move forward amicably.
All right, chat. I see what we're dealing with today. Let's get into this shit. Okay, I'm glad you just responded like that. Let's have some fucking fun. I'm not even mad no more. I see what type of guy I'm dealing with here and everything. So let's talk about it. So, no, I actually was not like acting on the behalf of a mob or anything like that. Actually, I wanted to help Art out, which everyone, whether you're on Art's side, quote unquote, or not on Art's side, everyone walked away from that stream, well, most 99% of people feeling the exact same thing. Oh my God, Rob was trying a whole lot to help Art. Now, when you're saying that, oh, I'm asking the chat if they have any other questions, that's because the chat is the FGC. These are the people, the mob you're talking about. These are the people. Is the community. These are the people who donate to Matcherino. These same stream monsters that's in the chat. Where I'm asking, hey man, do you guys have any direct questions that y'all would like for us to get asked and answered? Because when Art was streaming, he didn't have like a he's on there by himself under a lot of pressure and all that, he's getting sidetracked by troll comments and all that. So just directly, what questions need to be asked? Because when the truth is on your side, it doesn't matter what question somebody asks, answering it truthfully works out for you. So
I agree.
Thank you. So what I was trying to do, bro, is be objective. I am on Art's side as far as the fact that like on the character side, that's the homie. But I can't just sit up here like when somebody gets when a homie kills somebody in the hood and you like, oh, free so-and-so. Nah, that it doesn't necessarily work like that, bro. If we can have objectivity, if I go in there and I'm like, yo, no, this all cap, it's all lies. I'm not believing none of that shit. I love Art. No, I'm not going to do that, bro, because that doesn't help him. What's helpful is for people to see that it's being objective and that the truth is on his side. That's all that I try.
I understand that. So then this goes back to the original thing that I said, that it seemed like you denied, but you kind of echoed everything all over again. So the original thing that I was saying was that you were echoing or championing the voice of the mob. Now, you can say that that mob is the FGC. Now, plenty of people that are in the comments aren't there, that are not actually competing, that are literally there for just drama. I think Punk pointed out the number increased such that there were like 10,000 people. And he made a tweet in which he was talking about the fact that normally fighting game... Wait, hold on. Normally, fighting game people don't just tune into a stream like that. You'll see that all of a sudden, when there's drama around, that you'll have some substantial amount of people such that we can have 6,000, 8,000, 10,000 people around those kinds of things. Whereas when you're just doing something that's literally fighting game related, that the numbers are significantly less. I said that to point out that plenty of the people that were there are not fighting game players, that were there just for attention, just for drama, just to see a spectacle. That's number one. Number two, when I'm making a statement that you're acting out the will of the mob, the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm sure that you know as that a lot of these people were trying to cancel Arturo. We can look at the chat; it's recorded. We can see all of the hateful messages that were thrown his way. We can see all of the people that came out saying that they were calling him a thief and things like that on the backdrop of D-Nice and Beefutechi's space. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. I haven't interrupted you. Let me finish.
We might need a moderator, bro.
I don't think
I'm telling you.
If we do need a moderator, if you feel like you can interrupt me despite me being quiet while you've been talking every time thus far. So if I can finish, please. What I'm saying is we can recognize that this was on the backdrop.
I respond rudely to this guy the way he's been, then it goes viral and it's okay.
I haven't been rude yet. You keep interrupting. Just let me finish like I did for you. In the same way, there were all of these messages. It was on the backdrop of Beefutechi and D-Nice's space in which they called him a thief, said he had been smoking crack and all of these things. So at this point, I can easily point out to you right now, all the people in the chat that were saying hateful messages to him, saying like all of these things. And I understand that the stream didn't look good. But when you appeal to that group of people with that level of hate in the chat, then you are exacting the will of the mob because the mob wanted him canceled. The mob didn't believe him with good reason from the way he handled that stream. And so when you're appealing to that group, then you are an instrument of harm because they wanted him to receive harm.
Okay, so I am the one that's reading the stuff in the chat, right? So that is me looking into there and asking only things that are relevant. So it's not like I was asking anything that was like just outlandish or wow. So it doesn't matter if there are trolls and idiots in the chat as well, because I was not asking anything based off of what those people were saying.
Okay, you're saying there are trolls and idiots as well. I'm saying the predominant voice within the chat was that what were the trolls and the idiots.
Okay, which questions did I ask from the chat? Well, all that matters is we're not talking about the chat as a whole. We're only talking about what questions I asked.
No,
so
that wasn't the question that I made.
Chat well, I'm saying, brother, like as far as looking into the chat, right? When I say, yo, is there any other questions y'all got? What are the questions that I ask from the chat that you feel like I took that was like some troll question or didn't make any sense or was a mob question? Like, okay, which questions are you talking about?
I didn't mention any specific questions that you asked.
So I didn't ask any. So I didn't ask any.
Please don't interrupt me. Don't ask me a question. Wait for me to respond and then interrupt me after 4 words into my sentence. If I can finish, what I was saying was I didn't say that you asked any specific questions from the chat. What I originally stated and still maintain is that you made an appeal to the chat. You started asking the chat, hey, are there any things that you guys have? And I think those appeals, given the general tenor of the chat, is what makes it seem like you are now an instrument of harm, considering the general fervor and general tenor of that chat was harmful. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, and I'm saying that if I didn't ask any questions that had that type of intent behind it, and that's not problematic on my behalf, and I'm not an instrument of that mob. If there's a chat, let's say in Arturo's chat, right? Let's say someone, hypothetically, just random example, let's say someone was saying something racist in there, just to randomly, like, or the people putting the little dick statue, whatever the fuck, the dick pictures and shit they be putting in the chat being trolls, right? Am I also furthering their message, like the racist or the dick picture motherfuckers in the chat, if I'm not bringing up their posts? Do you get what I'm saying? There's people in there with legitimate concerns who had legitimate questions. I only brought up the legitimate questions.
Sure.
So what I'm saying is if there was a stone cold racist in that chat, Or are you saying that I was being an instrument of that racist if I did not bring up what he said?
I probably wouldn't make that statement, but if 95% of the chat, well, but if 95% of the chat was stone cold racist, and you're saying, "Hey, chat, what do you guys think?" Then yeah, I'd probably be like, "Yeah, this doesn't seem like the crowd that you should appeal to." But I do think so. What I'm saying is, I feel like in that mode again, when you're coming there and you're saying that you have answers or that you are objectively trying to get to the truth, then I would expect you to be able to objectively use your own reasoning. If you're going to be appealing to this obviously mob-induced, hate-filled chat, then it seems like it stops being nearly as objective. And I think that that was somewhat harmful. I think also making an appeal towards somebody providing instant bank statements and things like that, I think that that also is particularly ridiculous. I think at this point, as I've stated out already, that the accusations that were coming out against Art were never well-founded to begin with. So then asking him to defend non-well-founded, non-defined accusations doesn't seem like it makes any sense, right?
No, because for one, I'm on Art's side and have been on Art's side from the beginning, as was obvious in that stream, and for me talking on the phone with Art even outside of that stream since then.
I'm not privy to that, so how could it be obvious?
Art called me Art even called me yesterday. But regardless, bro, as far as the statement thing, do you know how actually I'll ask you this. How did this, because that's what the main thing you're attacking me on, you just brought it up too. How did this whole bank statement / PayPal statement thing come up? You tell me, because you're saying that I was using it as an attack or it's a negative thing or whatever. How did this bank / PayPal statement thing come up, since you know? Tell me how it came up, please.
I didn't say I know how. I'm saying that it's a red herring. It's unfounded.
It was on. No, it was on stream though. I'm asking the thing you're mad at me about. How did it come up, or do you not know? If you don't know, I'm you know, that's fine. Just let me know.
So are you talking
do you know how it came up?
Are you talking about your recent tweet where you were asking for bank statements?
Do you know how I'm
asking for clarification purposes. Are you talking about your recent tweet asking for bank statements?
Yes. And
okay. I don't know what made you decide to do that. I have no idea.
Did you know that this was brought up in the stream and was like one of the main parts of the stream that we did?
No, the main part of the stream that you guys did, you guys weren't talking about bank statements. I'm answering. I don't know what the original thing was, because the original part of the stream, you weren't talking about bank statements. The original thing was talking about PayPal payments. That was the very first thing that he said. And he said, I do not want to show my private PayPal on screen. I don't remember bank statements being a primary part of the conversation at all. It was PayPal.
Okay, so semantics, brother. When I say
semantics, PayPal and bank and PayPal and bank statements are not the same thing. Not even a little bit. What?
Fanatic. For one, you are still attacking me, somebody who is on Art's side.
It's not an attack to point out to you that these two things are distinguished, bro. These two things are distinct. A bank statement and a PayPal statement are two different things. That's not an attack.
So, Arturo, the way that this came up, for one, as far as me saying bank statements, that's me just saying bank statement / PayPal statement, the same thing, as far as wherever Arturo cashed out the Maturino money to, that he said he cashed the Maturino money out to. What I was saying, which even in the context that you don't seem to realize, Arturo was saying that the money was on like Maturino, but he couldn't get into the Maturino because they cut it off in the stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he said he did cash out money to
his PayPal,
mm-hmm. right? But he can't access that.
Yes.
So So my whole point in bringing any of that stuff up was to help clear Art's name. It's not meant to be a gotcha moment or anything like that, because what Art was saying was that the money that was on there, either, some of the stuff he was paid out, and anything that wasn't, the stuff that was not paid out, it just sat there on his account and he did not touch it. This is what Arturo said. So what I'm saying is, oh, that's fucking great. That's an amazing thing. We are about to win this case. It's done. So now all you gotta do is go to your statements and it'll show, okay, $1,050.25 was deposited from Maturino on X date, and this money was not touched or used for anything. So that's all, because that is just the most clear and easy and surefire way that it's indisputable.
Okay.
It's indisputable facts that will help Art out.
Yeah,
that is why.
I hear that.
Why are you getting that? Okay, so do you understand how that's me trying to help Art? That's not me trying to trap him?
Sure, I understand that asking for PayPal receipts is not you trying to trap Art. 100%. I understand. I hope you can understand that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, but I hope that you can understand that when you make statements about bank statements, that to a normal person, hearing bank statement versus a PayPal receipt are two totally different things. And that's where the breakdown in communication happened. But it's fine. Moving past that, yes, him showing the Matcherino receipts, I'm sorry, the PayPal receipts would have actually fixed quite a bit of this. The problem was, at the time, he was obviously operating under the idea that him and Matcherino were going to be working together to post a clear statement, so he didn't post it. You don't need to look through his entire account to see what he spent. What you need to recognize is that on the day Matcherino ended up making the statement, they were made whole. On the day Matcherino said, we're letting go of Arturo for him mishandling funds, he then...
You're moving...
I'm not moving the goalpost. Okay. Hold on, let me finish.
You're moving the conversation. I said you're progressing the conversation, and we're not done with the last part.
Well, okay, let me finish this statement, and then you can tell me if they're related.
Okay, no, that's cool.
On the day when Matcherino made the statement that they were letting him go, he had already sent them a portion of the money, and then after they made the statement, he contacted them and said, hey, what's going on? I don't know if you're aware of this part of the information. He said, what's going on? Why the statement? I've already began sending you guys this money.
Yeah, I talked to Art on the phone yesterday.
Okay, good. So then after he told them this...
I don't know why he called me. I'm trying to trap him. I'm trying to cancel Art. You know me, bro.
Sure.
You know how many people in the FGC I done tried to cancel, bro?
So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, here, I'm going to finish. I don't want to deal with that nonsense. I'm going to finish my statement, and then afterwards, then you can go ahead and just do all of your interjections that you want, okay? So the fact of the matter was, at that point... because not everybody knows this. So then at that point, once he got in contact with them and was like, wait, why are you guys making this statement? I don't know what's happening, like so on and so forth. Like I was already sending you guys the money. That's when they realized that they had accidentally sent the request for the money to the wrong email. I got you. I understand that you know that, but you have to recognize there are people in stream right now. There should be an elucidating stream, and not everybody knows that. So what I'm saying is, yes, they sent it to the wrong email. And upon sending that information to the wrong email, he was like, wait, what is this? So now they're like, yeah, well, we want these funds. They forwarded him the proper email, and he sent them all of that money immediately in the same day. Right then,
brother,
all of it.
This is the problem with your video you made, bro. And I'm not look, and I tweeted out, bro. Wasn't being facetious or nothing like that. Like, this is my whole point. I literally am glad that you tried to help Art like that.
Oh, successfully.
That's what the fuck I was on too.
Didn't try, I did.
Right. If I interjected like that, you would have been like, ah, man, stop fucking interjecting. But you know, it's cool. God talk, I don't mind. So anyway. If as far as the after you interject, what were we specifically talking about? Oh yeah, your video. This is a problem. There is no need to beat all around the bush. And my thing was direct. Let's just try to clear the fucking name directly. Bro, where are you getting this from? Why are you are moving from the point that I'm getting at? I'm not talking about shit with Art. I'm talking about specifically, you have tweeted, I don't got the shit put up on my computer right now, that I tried to trap Art. You tagged me in something that said I was trying to trap Art.
As I've already stated, it wasn't intentional. It did. First off, I didn't say that it was intentional, as neither did Blu-ray.
Okay,
Matter of fact, Blu-ray literally said the words unintentional, just so we're clear.
Pull it up. Okay. I'm gonna pull this up. So, okay, first and foremost, are you saying that you do not feel like I was trying to trap Art or against Art or trying to cancel Art or anything like that? Are you saying that? You do not feel none of that? Sure.
As I said earlier at the very beginning of this conversation, no, I don't believe you were intentionally trying to trap Art. I do think that your original... As I said before...
I thought that you was trying to play me.
Right. As I said before, I do believe your original intention was to try to help Art, but I do think that you started kind of feeling the pressure of the mob, and I think that sort of guided some of your actions, as I said already. Did you hear that the first time?
When you said, did you hear it the first time, right? That's again you being rude and making a smart statement, right? Like you giving me mixed signals, bro. I feel like I'm like a teenager again talking to a girl. You know what I'm saying? Oh, do she like me? Do she not? Make up your fucking mind, bro. Like, nigga, stop. Bro, if we can have a genuine conversation, why do you gotta keep making smart ass statements, bro? I've been patient this whole time. You said you know I was trying to help Art. You said you know I'm not trying to cancel Art. I'm sitting here talking to you. I'm hearing you out, promoting your shit and all that, bro. Like, can you relax a little bit? I don't know you. You don't know me. Stop being rude, bro. For what?
You're saying that after I initially asked you a question, you immediately yell, raise your voice, and start acting crazily animated, interrupt me nonstop, and then you're telling me that I'm being rude?
Okay, bro. All right, look, if I was doing anything like that, if you feel like that, then what I would tell you is that if that's the case, then I apologize, brother, and let's not do this. Let's not be rude anymore.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's do that. Okay. All right. So let me show this to my chat really quick.
Can you show it to me too, please?
Yeah, it's the tweet. It's the Blu-ray tweet. The one where you tweeted me and said this you can pull it up on your stream.
Oh, I got you.
Give me 1 second. This is why I finally got on this motherfucker. I said, all right, bro, fuck it. These motherfuckers got me tight.
I can imagine.
All right, chat. Y'all see this tweet, right? This shit says, I'm here to help with a trap, like a bear trap, dash RobTV. And then this dude Fanatiq tagged me, this you, question mark? So you're telling me you don't think I'm against Art. You don't think I'm trying to trap Art. Any of that fucked up shit. So what does this tweet mean, brother?
That tweet means you were unintentionally trapping Art by moving the goalposts towards conversations around bank statements when first off, this thing only happened like around PayPal. Secondly, it seems like the narrative has been shifting dramatically in Art's favor. I don't know how much you've been paying attention at this point. I really don't. But what has happened is there have been now three large videos released by me, which have been hold on, let me explain, let me finish, that have been explaining all of this information. Not only have I done that, also Button Checks released a video where he voiced some of those things and then parroted some, and it included a hefty portion of my video, as did other esports affiliates. And now you have people like Scoots and other people coming forward, all voicing how great Art has been, and so on and so forth. There have been a number of tournament organizers who have all clarified that Art has done nothing untoward. The Kill Sage and other prominent top players have all spoken up to Art's innocence. So at this point, when that conversation is trending in that direction, for someone to then say, hold on now, we don't need these videos. Let's go back to just getting bank statements, which has not been a part of the conversation this whole time. It seems like that is actually working counterintuitive to the direction of the media, to the direction of where everybody was going, and to what we all felt like we were done. The latest video I released was called I Rest My Case, because I felt like it was done. So once we feel like it's done, if you're following the general tenor of everybody that's online and all that stuff, for you to then take the conversation back towards, hey, no, let's get bank statements, it feels like a giant leap backwards. That's why I said it seemed like that was a trap. Does that make sense?
Okay. You don't even know where the statements thing started at. I want to first let you in on something.
Please answer the question.
What did I not answer you on?
I didn't even get to. I asked, does that make sense? Do you understand? Does it make sense? Does it resonate? Was what I said, what I was saying accurate?
No. What you're saying is not accurate.
Which part of what I said wasn't accurate?
The last 3 sentences I said, you cut me off. And when I do that to you, then it's a problem.
Okay.
So, all right. So, again, the main thing that you're talking about, which one, at this point, to a degree, we're talking for nothing because you're admitting that you didn't. Like, I don't know if you're just looking for a dramatic video, like this is a good YouTube upload, Twitch content. I don't know. Because now you're telling me, which makes more sense, that you don't think that I'm any of this stuff that you were accusing me of, or that Blu-ray was accusing me of. But that stream that we did with Art, even when we was getting off there, that was like the main thing as far as in Art's defense, that's just definitive and shuts everything down and blows the doors off of everything. So even after that, just so you know, when Art was like, I gotta go I gotta go see my family in the hospital or whatever, and I'll show you off stream. A lot of people since then hit me up, tweet me, etc. Has Art showing you this? Art showing you? Have you seen anything? And what do I say to them? Nothing. I don't fucking respond because it could look bad on the homie Art's behalf, right? As far as the statements thing, one, I don't believe you. I want to go to your stream because that's where the people who support you would be at. And before I ask this question, I want to see what your stream says.
Okay. I feel like this whole thing is being...
No, I'm not done. I'm not done yet, Fanatiq. Let me...
You're going to take a long pause in a minute? Okay, go ahead.
I was pulling your stream up.
I feel you.
Okay. I see somebody say Rob was 100% trying to help. Yo, what's up? Fanatiq's chat and my chat. Okay. So, put a 1 in the chat. If you genuinely... I'm sorry. Can I please finish?
Please. No, I'm asking you not to.
Let me finish, brother. No.
So are you having a talk with me or are you having a conversation with my chat? I don't want this to be a conversation of posturing. I want you to talk to me. If you're talking to my chat, you're not talking to me.
So then I'm done. I'm not done. I just let you talk the whole time.
Okay, we're gonna end this conversation quickly. I can see. Go ahead.
Okay, give me a second. All right. As far as this whole bank statement versus PayPal thing, put a 1 in the chat if you really believe that Fanatiq felt like there was this big ass difference between those two things, or put a 2 in the chat if you think that he's fucking capping and it's clearly the same fucking thing that I'm talking about. This is what I want to see.
I don't engage in posturing conversations. If you're not talking to me, I don't want to talk to you.
Posture. Oh no,
this is posturing. The second you stop talking to me and you're talking to audiences and things like that, we're no longer having a conversation. You're talking to my chat. I don't care what my chat thinks. I don't care, even though they all agreed. I don't care. That doesn't mean anything to me. I'm talking to you. So I'm asking you, right? If you're not going to take... Hold on. Wait, no. If you're not going to take...
You've been talking this whole time.
I have not been talking this whole time. You've probably out-talked me. But if you're going to talk to me, then you have to talk to me in good faith. And so if you're not, then if you're talking in good faith, I got you. If you're talking in good faith, then that means whatever I say.
No.
If we're talking in good faith,
so that's why you got to let me respond.
Okay, so I haven't even finished my statement for you to respond.
I didn't finish my statement either.
Well, if you've taken too much time posturing to my audience, do you want to have a conversation or not?
Yeah, so now let me
talk. Then let me finish my point then. If you're talking to me...
What's your point?
Well, you'll hear it if you let me finish.
You don't want me to talk to your chat.
So I got you. So then I'm going to expound on that. Okay, so then, Rob, maybe we do need a moderator because it seems like you're not capable of having a decent conversation.
I'm not capable, like I'm not intelligent enough, you think?
I didn't say that. I didn't say it had anything to do with... I didn't say it had anything to do with your intelligence. I'm saying this is just probably a realm that you're not used to. I don't know what the cause is.
I'm not used to speaking on camera, huh?
I don't know what the cause is. All I'm showing you is this is what's happening here. That this decorum is obviously declining really dramatically. Be quiet,
and I want to hear what's this very important thing that I've been stopping you from saying.
Absolutely, please. And I'll do the same for you. Anytime you've appealed and asked me to stop, I've stopped immediately. So anyway, if you're going to be having a conversation with me, you can take me in good faith, or there's no point to the conversation. If I'm telling you that I think that there's an obvious difference between PayPal and bank statements, then you can either believe that, but if you don't believe that, then it doesn't make any sense for us to continue a conversation. So when you start making appeals towards chat and things like that, that becomes posturing because you're no longer talking to me, you're engaging with the audience. That's a posture. So do you want to have a talk with me, or is this more about a spectacle?
Okay, so as far as like the point that you brought up as far as this whole trap thing, you putting out that tweet that I just showed on stream, brother, like
he's literally not going to engage. This is
what are you talking about?
You're not even
directly. The question you just asked, I already responded to, brother. Before you kept like dribbling about that, I said, bro, I won't talk to your chat, and we could just speak in good faith. Does that not answer your question?
Okay, go ahead, move on.
No, just tell me to move on. You like when I answer your questions? I'm asking you, did I directly answer your question?
I don't feel like you adequately answered the question, but it's fine. We'll just move past it.
No, that's important to me. What was missed? I said I won't talk to your chat, and I'll talk to you in good faith.
And then I went on to expound about what good faith is, and you didn't address that at all.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, I'm not mad, brother. I think it's a good, we can have a good conversation. I'm
I
telling
don't
you, I'll
think that
talk
we
to you,
can,
and I won't
honestly.
talk to your chat, brother. So the only reason I'm even on here, bro, is because I don't understand how somebody who only, well, I didn't understand at least. I mean, now I guess you're trying to explain. I don't understand how somebody who only was on art side only is on art side, and then even now you're telling me that you don't think that I was trying to be against art, and yet you're fucking with these weirdo posts about me that's saying that I'm trapping art. I'm here to help, but it's a trap. So what could I gain from hurting Arturo? Like what big dastardly, big deep scheme do you think I could have? What motive do you think might be there? Do you know Art did the Matcherino for the Midwest versus West Coast 5v5?
I don't, but I can answer your question.
Okay, yeah. What motive would I have?
As I said from the very beginning, and I'm now saying for the third time, I don't think you were intentionally trying to trap art.
Oh,
So
why would
since
you say bad stuff about me,
hold
brother?
on. So since what I'm saying it's unintentional does not mean that it still wouldn't have been a trap. That doesn't mean that it wouldn't have still hurt him. You can unintentionally hurt someone, and I'm saying the thing that you were doing, while it might have been well intended, would have hurt him, is what I've been saying. I've said that 3 times now, and it seems like you're still not getting it.
Okay. Okay. What is the trap? What is the trap that I accidentally was putting him in? So explain
Okay,
that for us.
and I've explained that, but I'll try again. Look, the point is when you have the conversation, and again, we've already put out 3 videos exposing 3 of the liars that have been in this situation. I'm answering. I promise. So I've already made 3 videos exposing what all of the lies of these 3 main accusers are. So now that those 3 main accusers have been discredited and nobody is trusting them anymore, at this point, it seems like everybody is on the page recognizing that there are no actual valid accusations against Arturo. So now people look like that all of the evidence supplied thus far is exonerating. But once you, a person who's supposedly on his side, then go back and start introducing the concept of bank statements. And I understand now that you meant PayPal, but at the time I didn't. So when you introduce this concept about him needing bank statements, that makes it take steps backwards, because then that means now other people, the detractors, will probably start asking for this. Now we need this new burden of proof, which wasn't there before. That's why I feel like it was harmful. And so even though I think you might have been intending to help here, I think it was harmful, and that's why we're calling it a trap.
Okay. So first off, are you saying, like, so just to clarify, that there is a miscommunication as far as like semantics with us? Like do you think there was a miscommunication there?
Yes, I think there was a miscommunication around bank statements versus PayPal. Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, outside of that, what I'll say is that, like, when you're saying, I think that sometimes it could be an echo chamber. Like, you know how there's people in the FGC who actually think they're famous, right? Like, some people probably would think that about me because my name is Hollywood RobTV, right? Like, oh, this surely he think he's famous. I think that we are like below F-list celebrity. Like, we are
course
entirely fucking unknown, right?
I'm 100%.
Very, very aware of that, right? So but it's easy. That's why some of these people get god complexes and end up being idiots and assholes, dumb, just general dumb motherfuckers in the FGC because they think they're gods and famous and shit like that. And I think that in your case right now, you can have an echo chamber because you made these videos. So you are going to be getting tweets all about your videos. Like, I've been doing these music reaction videos. If I wasn't like more like if I didn't have the right perspective, I could think that, oh, the whole world thinks this, the whole world loves my YouTube channel. No, brother. So the reason I say that is to say that when you're saying that the whole FGC made this big ass shift towards being on Art's side and it's going in his favor, I entirely disagree with you. I don't think that it's.
I'm asking, okay, because I don't want you to go too long. Can we address that part thus far, or do you have more that you feel like you have to go?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, then go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'll wait. So, and I appreciate that. So, yeah, I don't think it's like the way you're thinking that, oh, the whole FGC just now shifted and stuff like that. And no, I haven't seen that. The stuff that is being said, you're talking about, oh, disproving. You're attacking some of these people like Bum for example, or the Mascherino motherfuckers or whatever, right? As far as showing that they are not men of their word and whatnot. What I'm saying is what Art is being accused of is straight numbers based. There is official documents that show whether or not their claims have a base or if they're baseless. So every ad hominem attack that you make, everyone knows what ad hominem attack is, right? Every ad hominem attack that you make doesn't do anything as far as actually helping Art. They're accusing him of some legal shit, bro. Like let's audit this. So all I was saying, I know I've been talking long now, the last sentence I say, the only reason I bring up the statements thing is because nobody can say, oh, well, I think Art did this, or I don't think Art did that, and it's a side versus side. No, he's not being accused of what was his intentions or this, that, and the third. It's direct. So the statements directly show if Art had the money on his account, which he said he's told me directly he has. He said it on stream and everything. He has had this money on his personal account, his personal PayPal account, and then did not pay out for a few months. People have said they reached out to him for months, like Defending North and shit like that, and he did not reach back out to them for months, right? That's not me trying to make Art look bad. I'm saying about what happened. So Art admits himself he did not pay these people for months, which he says that's a problem. That's some family shit going on. I was wrong for that. He take accountability for that. That is one thing. But if he did that and used any of that money for something, now it's stealing. If he didn't, then it destroys the claims. That's my whole point of bringing up statements. And I appreciate you being patient.
Okay. So look, I'm going to have to go through all of those points. I took notes, so you got to bear with me, okay? First off, regarding the God complex thing, I don't have a God complex.
I'm not talking about you, brother. I swear to God.
You literally directed it directly at me.
No,
at the time you were
I was not.
it.
Bro, no. I want you to know that, though. I swear to God, I'm not going to try to.
Oh my gosh, this is
I'm
unreal,
not trying
Rob.
to say that about
I
you.
hear you. I hear you.
Okay, I'm not talking about you. So
then you can say that after I finish. Just like I did.
just said it. I just said it.
Okay, good. Then I'm going to go ahead and say what I was going to say anyway. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for the permission. Anyway,
you're welcome, little dude.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you. So thank you. Regarding the God complex, firstly, I don't have a God complex. I never have.
I don't think you do.
Okay, I got you. Can you not interject like I just did for you?
Oh, my bad. I thought my mic was muted.
This is crazy, bro. I don't think you're capable of decency.
Bro, I thought my mic was muted, bro. Fuck. I'm sorry. I didn't mean, I would never do you like that.
You can say that you thought your mic was muted, but it's been incessant. I'm going to go ahead anyway.
I thought my mic was muted the whole fucking time. I didn't know.
Incessant time. Okay, this guy is a child. Anyway, first off, I don't have. If I gotta mute you, I will. I don't have a God complex. I've never had a God complex. It has nothing to do with me thinking about an echo chamber. The thing that's made me think about this general shift. One, yes, I have made several videos of this, and there have been generally positive remarks and things like that on that. But the thing is, people outside of my circle have begun circulating those videos. As I mentioned earlier, Button Check definitely did it. Who's not part of my audience at all. He had literally no idea who I was. He thought I was just a musician, which I am, but that's not what obviously I have a history in the fighting game community, and he didn't even know that. And he circulated it to a much. Hold on, let me finish. I don't care. We'll get to that later. He did that to a much larger. Lord have mercy. Do I gotta mute you? So look, here we are.
No, you don't, bro. That was funny, bro.
Can you stop?
You said,
what, can you stop? Can you stop?
I told you I'm stopping, bro. Go ahead.
Bro, this is absolutely insane. Anyway, and this is the guy that's claiming that I'm the one that doesn't have the decorum. This is crazy. So anyway, Button Check, as I was saying, had a much larger community than I do, and which is completely distinct from my community. So because of that, because we do not share viewership, we don't share the same target audience, at that point, I recognize that this thing is taking wings much larger than I am, larger than I can carry, right? Then you also recognize that there's like the other, I think it's like Grow Esports or the Score Esports, I think it was something like that. They also did the exact same thing. They started championing this thing. Furthermore, again, as I mentioned, all of these different pillars in the fighting game community, Perfect Legend, DeKill Sage, Sonic Fox, Frosty Fausting, Chris Matrix, all of the whole Soul Calibur community, the Tekken community, all of these other people in general are all making these claims that Arturo has been a stand-up guy. Then you got people like the Godfather of freaking esports, as some people call him, Sir Scoots, when he's tweeting out, yo, Arturo is a stand-up guy. Then when you have one of the larger media people within the fighting game community, community, event hubs, when they're retweeting my video and saying, hey, you guys, this guy Fanatiq went through all of the whatever, and he has some really, really good points. When that starts happening is what causes me to believe it. Furthermore, when I woke up this morning, Matcherino was trending. So once Matcherino was trending and you see all of these posts from all of these people, most of whom I've literally never heard of, when those people are all making the statements, hey, Matcherino is trash and so on and so forth, who was the target of my latest video, then that makes me think that this has gone beyond my initial reach, beyond the few thousand people that have watched it, and that in general, people have a better idea about what's actually going on. Arturo can feel this thing. Being the recipient of all of this directed hate, to now feel all of this directed love and all of the people that are reaching out and talking about, hey man, just to let you know, I stand by you and so on and so forth. When those things happen are why I think this isn't just my echo chamber. I dealt with the man who was dealing with all of the hate and who obviously felt like things had changed dramatically. So based off of his reports, based off of the trending of Matcherino, based off of the comment sections of all of these larger organizations, based off of all of the outpouring of support for Arturo that's happened after all of these videos got released, it's not just my echo chamber that's making me think this way. Lastly, you said that the tenor of the community doesn't really matter, and that basically that these complaints against him are objective. These complaints against him are numbers. And to that, I have to challenge, because I don't know of any numerical claims against Arturo, because the only people who actually made initial statements were Matcherino, who only talked about the mishandling of funds, as we've already expounded, typically just means in this situation that he just happened to be very late. Anything past 30 days is a violation of terms of service. And so because of that, that's why they ended up letting him go, because they couldn't get in contact with him and they felt like it took too long and so on and so forth. That's what ended up happening. So when you say that it's a numbers-based argument, that seems unfounded, because if it was simply a numbers-based argument, then we would be able to find a very specific claim that we would be able to look at specific details in order to counter. Unfortunately, those things have never surfaced. They have surfaced through a few individuals, and each one of those things have been dismantled. For example, first you had a Punisher coming forward saying, hey, I didn't know about a Matcherino and anything like that. We proved that on stream today. Here was Punisher in a tournament. Here's where they had the ticker at the very bottom, which was a projector on the screen. Then we also know that all of the other players in the tournament who placed were aware of the Matcherino and put themselves in a Matcherino. So the reason why Punisher got paid by cash was because he didn't sign up for the Matcherino. So then that claim got dismantled. You had a person who came up with another claim. Oh, Masher Mike didn't get paid. And then we proved that person got paid. So it's not just character attacks that I'm making on Bum. I'm dismantling the very source of all of the arguments that are against Arturo, and I've done so successfully. So at this point, there are no more standing accusations. Matcherino never made one, and the three people who made the accusations, Bum, Bifuteki, and D-Nice, all three have tucked their tail. Bum said, I'm not talking about it anymore. D-Nice said he's done talking about the situation and has been deleting his texts, and so did Bifuteki. So because of that, that's why I feel like we're past the hump of defense and now on to complete exoneration.
All right. Well, anyway, the point that I was making before you said all that was the fact that, one, you didn't pay attention to the fucking stream. The whole reason that statements came up in the first place was why? Because Arturo said that he put the money on his account. Okay, you follow that? He put the money on his account and he did not touch it. So all I was trying to do was help out Arturo, because he could show people he was not taking the bread and putting the money back when he could afford to put it back or anything like that. So all that does is help Arturo out. This is not something that I brought up after your video. This was already brought up. My homie Light Cheese tweeted me, tagging me, saying, yo, bro, we need to, I need you to speak on this whole Arturo situation. And I was like, bro, just post. Actually, before I even tweeted, I was on the phone with Arturo before I tweeted. And he was like, yeah, go ahead, bro. You good to put out your tweet. I'm like, Art, why don't you just right now end all of this shit? You got these receipts. That's what I told him on the phone. Like, bro, you got these fucking receipts. Just finish this shit. The receipts you're posting is screenshots of text messages with the Matcherino people, or Bum did this or that. Even like the whole Bum situation, bro. Like, what does that have to do with me trying to help exonerate Arturo if he's fucking innocent? What does that do? What does attacking Bum do? Like, fuck up his character, like him as a potential fucking witness? If they're saying Arturo shot somebody. You as a lawyer is saying, oh, look, this motherfucker shot somebody too. If both of them shot somebody, send them both to fucking jail.
Sure.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that
can I respond to that?
For me, that approach doesn't do anything, brother. You gotta admit yourself that you just talked for very long.
Yes, the reason why I did was because of all the points that you gave, and that's why I tried to interrupt midway through, and you kept going. The more things you say, then the longer I have to go to defend those things. But if we stop midway through, as I initially tried to do, then that doesn't happen. But if you want to go on for 30 minutes, then I'm going to have to respond for 30 minutes. How about we go point by point?
Okay, go ahead, brother.
Thank you. Regarding me, the reason why I attacked Bum, first off, it's not that this does nothing. Again, the accusation of stealing only came from those three purveyors, Bum, D-Nice, and Bufuteki. Maturino never accused him of stealing anything. So because of that, if the character, first off, the way that Bum was substantiating his accusation that he was stealing was proven to be false. That's what I attacked about Bum. That's what I demonstrated. Wait. We all know, I don't think anybody has accused Bum of stealing whatsoever. But if Bum has done the exact same things that he's accusing Arturo of doing, yet we know Bum hasn't stolen, then that means that we can say that we don't have any proof that Arturo has stolen either. Furthermore, I've done more than just attack the character of Bum. I've also dismantled every accusation that he had against Arturo in those videos. So this wasn't just me attacking his character. These are where the accusations are coming from, and I was attacking those accusations, doing so completely and thoroughly. That's what's been happening. Same with Bufuteki and D-Nice.
Okay, so with the Bum situation, right? Did he like put funds in his account, like his personal account? And I know Art even way more than I know Bum. Like I'm much tighter with Art. But just real quick, so I can understand you coming from. Did he put like funds in his account, like his personal account, PayPal or whatever, and then leave it there for a few months without paying out?
Okay. So I really wish you would have watched. Like I'm answering your question. I really wish you would have watched my video, so then you wouldn't have to ask these questions. But the answer is yes, he did. He didn't leave it for months. So the difference.
How long did he leave it? I'm just asking how long did he leave it? I just want to ask you directly, bro.
Okay, and then I'm gonna thoroughly answer it. Bum normally paid out his things as quickly as possible, which was normally same day. There were a few times where things would be a little bit later, but ultimately it was in the same day. Hold on, no. You're not going to keep asking questions like that and fire off shotgun questions that I don't get to answer fully for proper framing. So what I'm going to explain to you, the difference between Bum and Arturo is that Arturo ran 1,319 events over a 5-year period. Bum ran probably 100, and you have to also recognize that Arturo's, the people that he's working with, require significantly more complications. First off, he's working with always new people in the sense that now he has international players from the EU and from Japan and things like that, so there are communication barriers, and the Japanese players don't have Maturino accounts. Thirdly, he's also running several weeklies for other people, right? He had the can opener series that he was dealing with, while also being responsible for some of the streaming, while also being responsible for setting up the PC tech and things like that, while he was helping innovate in that way, as well as managing the Maturinos and being solely responsible for contacting all these people for different majors. Bum has a very concentrated, pretty static, like finite group of people that he's working with that are probably about 30 people, whom he has contact with all of these people, knows all of their handles, knows all of their Maturinos and all of those things, and he's been working with a steady group of people, so it's very quick and very painless. There are very, very few obstacles to him working with that. And again, the volume, the workload, it's probably 1/30th, 1/50th of that of Arturo's. So comparing these two and talking about the time that these two takes to compete is disingenuous, considering Arturo was completely bogged down and his workload was ridiculous, and he communicated such to some of the organizers, specifically saying, there's a queue, I'm bogged down, I wish you could train so-and-so. He made other people administrators on these things. He was asking for help because he was overloaded considering his workload. Comparing that to Bum is disingenuous.
You compared it to Bum.
What? I'm sorry. Maybe this is just disingenuous. Maybe I'm the only one that sees that. But it seems like when you're asking about the time that Bum took to make these payments, in context of talking about Arturo being late on payments, that automatically implies a comparison. If not, why did you ask the question about Bum?
Because you brought Bum up, and I would have told you why, as far as in this conversation. For one, again, I do want to make sure I just reiterate that you just said, "Oh, don't compare those," but you are the one who compared those two situations. Now, the reason I
You
bring that
asked
up
me,
is
man. Come on. What are you doing? You literally asked me about Bum
I
and
know
about his
I'm
time to
talking
pay
about you
out.
bringing it up in. No, I know, brother. I'm talking about you bringing it up like in general, like in your video and everything.
Because Bum
And
directly attacked Arturo. That's why I directly responded to Bum. I didn't
bro,
compare
I'm
them.
not. I am genuinely. I know your chat is biased and hates me and all that, right? I'm evil. But everybody has to admit that over the last 10 minutes, bro, you have just been cutting me off, and then I sit there and let you talk for
Yes,
10.
you're right. For over the last 10 minutes, I've cut you off more than you've cut me
Thank you.
off. For
All
sure.
right, I appreciate that. All right, so bro, what I'm saying is like the reason why like the bank statement and stuff would matter is like the stuff you're bringing up. If they're accusing Art, if Art he can clear his name up by showing I did not mishandle. I mean, I guess it's mishandling it in the first place to not pay out for 3 months, but that's way different than if he's spending the bread. So I feel like if it's just he had this for a few months, that is wrong. He know that's wrong. You would admit that that's wrong. To pay out people late for that many months, that is problematic. But if he did not spend it, it's not stealing, at least to the same degree. Like it's not as fucked up. But if it's like, I took this bread and I paid a bill, I bought some sneakers. You know what I mean? I purchased a OnlyFans subscription or something like that with the money that the fans donated. Then now it's problematic. That is a huge issue at hand that he could just fucking slap in the face right there and shut shit down. So what I'm saying, brother, is that in general, as you seemingly have pretty much admitted, I was only trying to help Art. And that is the only reason I even came on here, because I was just flabbergasted by the idea of, by me reading these tweets from you and Blu-ray that were painting it as if I was trying to set up or trap Art in some way.
No one said you were
Now I know
trying
you're
to.
saying that it's brother. Okay. Do you acknowledge that you that tweet, there's no context behind that tweet that you were responding to? Let me show it on stream one more time.
I
That tweet
understand.
that you responded to, there's no context there. There is nothing. Do you think there has been anything that would have let me know that you didn't mean it in that way?
So here's
Could you see why I would take it the way
yes, I'll tell you where you could have known
okay,
that I
thank
didn't
you.
mean it that way. From the conversation where I'm saying it now to you for probably the 5th time that we didn't mean it that way. So I don't understand. If we're trying to move forward in a conversation,
We got.
I
Well,
got
I'm saying
you.
that's the only reason that we even
Why are
ended up
we
on this. Well, bro,
retreading? Why are we retreading water?
Because, brother, anything as far as defending Art, you got to understand that I'm on motherfucking Art's side. So anything I don't know these.
So then why are you retreading
bro?
water? What does that have to do with retreading water? I've already explained to you what the context was and what we intended. What more do you need to hear about that? Why are you re-referencing that in light of the conversation moving forward?
Because I was going to close, and then that's when I said the only reason we are on here whatsoever is because of these baseless accusations.
But they're not baseless.
Well, you said the only reason I would know otherwise now is because of what you're saying on here. It was all a miscommunication. You don't see bank statements and PayPal is two different things. Miscommunication,
obviously,
et cetera.
Yeah, and here,
bro.
but so
look. But what I'm saying, bro, is all of this stuff. What I'm saying, just in my opinion, like my approach, like just like fucking politics. Like everybody got their own way that they would go about fixing the world, right? They're accusing my man's Art of some serious shit that has like that's
who's they?
Shit.
Who's they? What accusations?
Bro,
where?
I'm not about to.
Yeah, I figured that's exactly the point. No one is accusing Art of that besides the 3 people who have already been addressed and who have completely tucked their tail. The only 3 people that made those accusations were Bifuteki, D-Nice,
Why are you
and
saying
Bum.
this stuff aggressively to me like I'm against Art?
Well, because when I just asked you the question, you would seem like you didn't want to answer. That's why. So then can you answer? Who? Where? What accusations specifically? Who's they?
Okay, so Maturino.
Maturino hasn't accused him of anything illegal. All they said was he violated terms of service.
They said that he mishandled funds.
Which means paying people late. We've already gone over that.
Brother, okay.
Their terms of service says you have to be paid out within 30 days, and he went well beyond that. That's all that they've accused him of.
So what I'm saying, right? Even as far as me talking to, well, I can't put out, of course, names of everybody, but TOs and everything, even some shit that's even public, right?
Which
Like
ones?
in the North and all. Brother, why is it that throughout this entire conversation, right, I have been very patient.
No, you haven't.
And you have cut me off every time.
Bro. As did you.
Okay, Fanatiq. Do we know each other?
Nope.
Like, have we ever met?
Nope.
Okay. You have any issue with me or anything like that?
I have an issue with the way that you've conducted this conversation from the very beginning, and I have an issue with the things that you're doing that are now actually sabotaging all of the gains that we've been making regarding Arturo and for the things that I've already stated to you. Yes, I have an issue with those things.
You said you don't think that no more, and it was a miscommunication.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're misunderstanding. I'll say it for now, the 7th time. I still believe the thing that you were doing was harmful, even if it was unintentional. I do believe it is a trap. I do believe it is counterintuitive to the work that we were doing. I do believe that the things that you're asking for are harmful and they are working against our efforts. I'm saying that for the 7th time now. Even if it's unintentional, you are hurting Arturo by the questions that you're asking.
This is called gaslighting, Fanatiq.
Okay.
I'm on Art's side, brother, but I think this is called gaslighting.
Okay, if you say so.
Won it from this. And yeah, bro. I mean, for one, I'm not at all on here to, as just like anything I've said on this stream, bro. I'm not the fucking Arturo prosecutor, right? Why? Because I want Arturo to beat this fucking shit. Okay, that's a friend and somebody that I've looked up into the FGC, looked up to in the FGC. That's been very clear. All I want to do is help him out, right? So as far as me bringing up the statement thing, that was only the PayPal shit. That was only to help Art out, bro.
Okay, I understand that's your intention. I'm telling you, it's harmful.
Bro. So I'm just telling you, bro. It's not. They can, bro. If he don't post it, don't fuck. If Art gonna beat this shit without that and beat it without it, that's fine with me. Like, it's not like I'm specifically up here like, hey, send me that. Like, I'm saying that I believe. I think okay. This could be something that maybe you are genuinely taking this wrong. I look at that as the most clear cut, shut it down, it's over with example that Arturo can use to clear his name. That's what I was saying. Like, bro, I think in this matchup, you should use crouch medium punch with Dawson to anti-air, right? That's what I think is the best option to anti-air. That's all I'm saying. That's the best option to stop you from getting jumped in on. The same thing. I think if you post this, it helps you out the best. If you got another strategy, like you gonna air to air instead, you gonna let that motherfucker jump, you gonna trip guard him, maybe you gonna do some shit like that, bro. So all I was saying was that I feel like this would be the best thing to help Art out because it's indisputable. I think that the stuff that you are doing is more ad hominem style attacks on the people that are accusing Art of things.
How are you going to say that and you haven't watched the video?
How come I can't finish, brother?
Because you're going on for an hour again. How are you going to say that things that I'm doing are ad hominem if you haven't watched the video?
Can I go on for an hour this one time? Like you have a couple times?
You've already been doing? Go ahead.
Yeah, can I do it one more time? Thank you. So my whole point is, I think that the way you're going about it, if it works, fucking praise God, great. But if not, I feel like it's leaving the door open for questions and opinions and, well, what about this? What about that? Whereas cold hard receipts. What I'm saying is what they're accusing him of is numbers related. What I'm saying by numbers related, don't say, oh, well, what specific? They're saying mishandling of funds. At that point, there is official paper trails. This is all digital money. It ain't no cash that been passed around or anything like that. Just like Art is saying how these motherfuckers, like people are bringing up stuff from 2017 and stuff like that. Well, the numbers officially show what was paid out. Then I seen Art at some point be like, yo, no, this is like a Maturino fee and like there's like a PayPal fee on top of that. That's official hard facts that he could show. So I'm saying show the hard facts because I think that will help out the best. But if you think the bans can get reversed and public opinion will entirely shift without receipts, then go about it that way, and that's cool, bro. I'm not trying to fucking sabotage Art. Okay, I just think if I got a camera Brother, all I'm saying is I think if somebody has said
Lord,
that I
you're
killed
just gonna
somebody
keep going.
in New York, but I have a video camera that shows I was in California at the time of the murder, I would just show that. I don't need to show.
So let me ask you this.
That's all. That's all I was saying, bro.
I got you.
But
I hear you.
No,
but how can you
I'm
make
not
this,
answering anything about. Okay, go ahead. No,
so
I will.
how can you make the statement?
How
can you make the statement that my videos are all ad hominems when you haven't watched my videos?
Brother, I'm saying when you attack bum,
Wait,
I watched
no. Answer the question. How can you say my videos are all ad hominem when you haven't watched the video? Okay, then have you watched my videos?
Why are you talking so aggressively?
Okay, because you refuse to answer. Because you refuse to answer my question.
Stop trying to promote your weak ass.
Because you refuse to answer my question. Have you watched the videos yourself?
Bro, I watched your most recent video.
Okay,
I tried to
so you watched a video, and in that video, what was the primary thing of my video? It was pointing out.
I'm not about to sit here and promote and recap
so then that's the
video,
problem,
bro.
exactly, and that's exactly the issue.
Bro,
you want to come on here and start talking about the idea that some kind of way, all I'm doing is ad homineming, when in reality, number one, you didn't watch the video. Number two, you're sitting here saying that you don't see how any of this thing is helpful when you've obviously been uninformed about what's actually happening in a situation. You keep claiming that, yes, I'm trying to help Art, but then the thing is, no one here can tell when you're actually trying to help him, because both times that both times that you've been involved with supposedly trying to help him, neither one of those things have been helpful. The very first time, what you did was you started trying to pressure him to release specific statements about privacy. Yes, you did. You asked him repeatedly to do it, and so then when he wasn't able to do so, then you started saying over and over again, and I quote, "This looks really kind of bad, bro. This looks really bad. Man, I don't know, Art. I'm sorry. I'm on your side, but this looks really bad." So when you're doing that, that wasn't helpful. Secondly, again, as all of this freaking momentum is being pushed towards the fact that Arturo is obviously innocent, re-parroting the idea that, man, these attacks against him they're quantified and they're numerical. We all know, but nobody has any evidence of all of these things. No one can see, again, to say that these things are supposedly numbers would need specific accusations. The only thing you keep quoting is mishandling of funds, which we already know just means that he was late. And we all understand, as I've expounded on in my videos, why he was late, because of all of the various things that he was dealing with. Everyone here can understand that. So if we all know that his workload was overwhelming, and we have the text messages of him saying this prior to these last tournaments weren't paid out. So when he's overwhelmed and he's dealing with personal matters and all of those things, and he's communicating that, to then just say, yeah, I don't know, man, these accusations is too much. I don't know, man, they're not doing enough. You know, he's not solving it when the situation has been solved, and you would know that had you watched my videos. The reason why the detractors have become silent, then you would understand why your thing is hurtful. But because you have been outside of the situation, aside from jumped in originally, which I felt was harmful, and then the second time you jumped in when you sat there and now started trying to ask him for bank statements. Once you've done both of those things, it's harmful. You're like reigniting the flame. As I said, we had already smothered this fire, and now you're sitting here reigniting the flame, saying, but yeah, he still needs bank statements. Freak out of here, bro. Yeah, that's it. You're absolutely hurtful, even if unintentional.
Fanatiq, I'm telling you, bro, unless your goal is to be like some, I don't know, FGC Keemstar type guy or something like that, I'm telling you, even the way that you're going about this conversation, it looks bad to most people.
No, I don't think so.
It is bad.
I think people look at you pretty silly right now with the way that you've handled this conversation thus far. I'm pretty sure, Rob, I'm telling you right now, I know you want to feel like you're doing well. I'm telling you right now, the accusations that
accusations? I made an accusation about somebody?
Yes. First off, I'm saying you're parroting accusations in as vague and vacuous a way as the original perpetrators. For example, when you keep saying
I'm making an accusation about Art,
as I just said,
I will get off this call,
I just responded, it's the parroting of the accusations, and as the same vacuous way when you say the claims that they have are numerical, or that the claims that they have are about numbers. And so then when I ask you, first off, you still haven't answered this question. When I ask you what specific claims, you haven't answered that question. So when you're saying that I'm getting frustrated, the reason why I am so frustrated and the reason why the conversation is getting animated the way it is because repeatedly, every time I make a statement, you don't respond to it. I go into all of this nonsense, and every single time you just completely evade it as if I haven't spoken. So you still haven't answered that question. Who is they?